going with Tom Holland.
When in doubt, pick a name you can pronounce. Welcome back to the Cinema Clubhouse Podcast. I'm Travis.
And I'm Will.
And today, Will, another recast.
Of these recasts.
Recasts are great.
People can't get enough.
They can. You know, you guys
That's what they
telling us we need more and more, so, you know, we're listening.
Yeah.
Right, Will's mom? Okay. Today, another classic. We're going to recast. Recasting is fun because, Will, we get to reimagine these movies.
Yeah.
For the first
time.
in a long time. I don't know where we're going. Okay. Today we are casting Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Specifically his day off.
Not his day on.
Not his day
Ferris Bueller goes to school is less exciting.
Yeah,
He just take tests and that shows up.
that's the prequel.
It's the prequel. Depending on how this goes, we might greenlight it as an HBO series for 8 episodes at an hour each.
I'd watch it, honestly.
It's a really long school day.
Yeah. I mean, that's about right. 8 hours?
Yeah, but I mean, we don't want to spend 8 hours at a school that's not ours, right?
There's lots to go.
Okay. All right. You know the rules. It's the same movie that exists. We're just recasting it with actors today.
Yeah.
That's it. Same exact movie, same script. Everything's same time.
It's just being made right now.
Ours is being made in Saudi Arabia. It's a little different.
Very different Ferris.
We're just going to go through it one character at a time, tell our picks, why we picked them, and build the cast.
Yeah.
We're casting every single person that has camera time in this movie.
Oh, no.
I have 58. How do you?
I'll let you take the lead.
Okay. I'll do the first 50, then you can catch up. Okay. No, Will, start us off. Let's do Ferris. We'll start with Ferris.
It only makes sense.
You got to start with the main, right?
You can't around the main character.
You can't cast everyone else and leave him a mystery because, no, we need to know what we're dealing with.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller was a tough one. Kind of ran into the same issue with Ferris as I did with Marty McFly. Like, just such an iconic character, a very specific age range that, you know, you can't cast a 40-year-old.
Right. The age is the difficulties with these high school movies because you're limited in the cast you can choose. Because, again, you're not going to cast a 45-year-old high schooler. I mean, you could. I don't think
I'm sure it's been done.
I'm sure it has.
But, yeah, it was difficult. You kind of find yourself going back to the well to some of the same shows and movies that have high school aged, you know, movie high school aged characters.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where I landed on this one.
Okay.
Wanted a Ferris that matched the cool factor as the original movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the person I landed on was Tanner Buchanan. Most people know him from Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Played Robbie. Kind of plays a lot of different facets on that show, but definitely has that cool factor I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it's that cool factor with the baby face that you can see him getting away with.
Yeah.
Things. Like he can charm his way out of a situation.
I think charm's a big part of Ferris.
Ferris is all charm.
That's it.
You know? I mean, so that's kind of where I went there. It just made sense. I see him, you know, the slick back hair, the pouty face, getting out of trouble from his parents.
Yeah. That's good, Will.
Yeah.
I like it. That's good. Yeah, and again, the same issues we run into with Back to the Future is, you know, finding not just one, you know, like 3 to 4 characters that fit this age range and can, you know, take this movie on. It's tough. And with Ferris, it's kind of like a less common character than Marty McFly. I feel like a lot more people could pull that off.
Yeah.
His character has a little more elements to him that, you know, you need someone specific that can pull those off. This was tough. It was tough, Will. I think we should stop doing high school movies after. Like, no high schoolers. I can't. We've gone through this list.
Yeah.
This one was real tough. I was trying to think of someone who had the charm, had the wit, had the cool. I think I went less on the cool and tried to find more of that like sarcastic element of Ferris. I went with Aidan Gallagher from the Umbrella Academy. He plays number 5.
Yeah.
I definitely think he has the wit, the charm, and the energy to pull off a Ferris. I mean, I think in the Umbrella Academy, you see him do elements of all of the stuff that Ferris does, and he has the ability to break the fourth wall and talk to the camera. He has all those abilities, and I think he would
And travel through time.
The most important.
Yeah.
But no, I think he would bring a lot of what Matthew Broderick brought. And he's less of a known name, so it's not like you're distracted by the character.
Right.
He's basically been in one thing.
That's all I've really seen him in.
Yeah. But I think he could pull it off. I think he could.
Definitely age appropriate. Like you said, really leaning, I think, a lot heavier into the sarcastic.
Yeah.
Can definitely manipulate his way out of situations.
Yeah.
Maybe not with as much charm as Matthew Broderick.
I think more relying on mischief than like charm.
He's got that part down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could definitely see that. Definitely a different take, as we always see with these. Like, it's going to be a different movie, even though it's the same script.
Right. Yeah. It's not going to be the exact same. So you just have to make sure you highlight the right elements.
Yeah.
And again, something has to be sacrificed, right? You're not going to get exactly that.
Yeah.
So I think mine is a different, leaning more towards the mischief than the charm, I think.
Yeah. I'd like to see him in more stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I never finished the Umbrella Academy, but I really enjoyed the first few seasons. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then I think it just came out at a time when I wasn't ready to watch it. So
yeah,
I'll go back and revisit it. But he's good. I love him.
He's a highlight. He's definitely a highlight for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So next person, you can't have your Ferris without your Cameron.
That's right.
These are the two you kind of had to nail down, and the rest kind of comes into place.
Right.
My pick for Cameron was actually pretty interesting because I was also considering him for Ferris.
Oh, okay.
That might sound a little counterintuitive.
No, I feel like most people auditioned for Ferris and then they're like, maybe Cameron?
Yeah. This is an actor who actually has quite the early resume for being his age. I don't even know if he's 20 at this point. So he's like legit high school age.
Yeah, he's dead up.
And I think I went pretty close to that, like a little bit closer than the original did. But yeah, this is an actor who, like, I've seen him be able to turn on that Ferris-ness a little bit. But he can also play the neurotic, which is what she did in Cameron.
Right.
And, just his look is a little more, not your typical, like, high school charmer. Like, he kind of looks like he'd be cast more as the outcast.
Yeah.
So I went with Jacob Tremblay.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people know him from the movie Room, which is, if you haven't seen that movie, great. If you really want to see Brie Larson's acting chops, watch Room.
Yeah.
But he was also in that comedy that came out a handful of years ago called Good Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Really underrated comedy, in my opinion. Really funny, and he kind of plays the lead kid in that. And that's kind of where I saw him demonstrating, like, he was kind of the fringe cool but also nerdy middle schooler. Like, he found himself in like the cool group in spurts of the movie. So I can kind of see that translate into that's kind of why I was considering him for Ferris.
Right.
But mostly the neuroticism is what drew me to Cameron, and I think he would play really well off of Tanner. Tanner would be like that older brother type to him.
Yeah,
because there was a little bit of an age gap there. I think Cameron was actually older than Matthew Broderick in the first one.
Yeah,
it'd be like kind of the reverse, but you could definitely see the sort of like older brotherly, like peer pressure type of relationship that they would have.
Right.
And that's kind of where I landed there.
That's good. Yeah. And yeah, with Cameron, you got to think he's got to be all the elements that Ferris is strong in these elements and Cameron is weak in these elements. Right. He has no self-esteem. He's not sure of himself like Ferris is. So you really need someone to balance that out visually as well. That's good. I like that pick. That's a good one. Cameron was definitely dependent on who my Ferris was. Oh, yeah. I started with Ferris. Well, that's a lie. I started with the principal because I had a dream about it. We'll get to that. But not that kind of dream, Will. Well, maybe.
No judgment, Travis. You do you.
But depending on who my Ferris was, that would determine who Cameron needs to be because, you really need that dynamic. And so I went with Jaden Martell from It, defending Jacob, Knives Out. I feel like he would be a perfect counterweight to what Aiden would bring to Ferris, and he would do really well with the anxiousness of Cameron and like, oh my gosh, we can't be doing this, and really trying to get him back, and really just extreme anxiety the whole movie. Like he's losing his mind. Yeah.
I'm kind of imagining, him from It, and he kind of went on a similar journey to Cameron.
Kind of, yeah.
Discovering his confidence a little bit more.
Yeah.
But definitely the neurotic. Obviously, a lot of trauma involved with that character.
Right, yeah. No trauma involved in this one.
I mean, he's got some trauma, but not on that level.
Not on that level.
But yeah, I definitely, that's a good pick. I can see him, especially playing off your Ferris, like, he's going to be kind of bulldozing him.
Yeah, and they really seem like Aiden would really get on his nerves and just really push him to his limits all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like he would do a great job at playing that out on screen. I think him makes my Ferris pick better.
Yeah.
And again, I think that it's very important, nailing Cameron.
It's the combo you have to get down.
Yeah, because otherwise you're just like, well, they're kind of too similar.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I really think now that makes Ferris more attractive and like, okay, now I understand how the movie's shaping up. So that's my Cameron. I think I'm really happy and pleased with that pick. And they're around the same age. So they're like early 20s, 21, 20.
Yeah.
So they could pass as high schooler. Age. Yeah. Perfect Hollywood high school.
Perfect Hollywood high school. Awesome. That's good. So we've got our main duo.
Yep.
But really, it's more of a trio, right?
That's right.
We were following Ferris and Cameron and Sloane through the movie.
That's right.
Ferris' girlfriend. So need to cast that one too. I find it with these like high school age sort of movies, I find it always easier to cast female actors.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's more established actresses than actors.
Well, I think there's a bigger pool, like a more diverse pool, because I feel like the actors kind of all tend to the same, fit the same mold. So
yeah, and so getting Sloane and also Jeannie, which we'll get to, I found a little bit easier. It came a little quicker. It was really nailing down Ferris and Cameron that were the tricky part. But the person I went with for Sloane, Sloane is a character that has got to be able to hang with Ferris.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
she's got to match his energy.
Yeah, not necessarily match his energy, but she's got to be able to control him at times.
Yeah.
If that's even possible. But just kind of keep him in check a little bit. But she can also match wits with him.
Right.
That's probably why they're
kind of like a voice of reason without being too parental about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. So that's the kind of way I was looking at it. And the actress I went with is Angourie Rice.
Okay.
I don't know if I said that. I looked up how to pronounce it.
Close
and didn't help at all. Australian name, I think. But you know her best probably from either The Nice Guys Or if you don't know her from that, because she was a little bit younger, she's been in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. She was the one that was Ned's girlfriend for a plane trip.
Yeah.
And then she's also been in another movie that probably not a lot of people have seen. I think it was like a Paramount Plus original movie called Honor Society, where she almost played like a female Ferris in a way.
Okay.
She was much more academically advanced than Ferris. Like, that was kind of the main thing.
Yeah.
Fourth wall breaking sort of.
Yeah.
So she's someone I could see matching wits with Ferris.
Yeah.
With my Ferris for that reason.
That's good.
And just kind of has that energy where like she's not going to be pushed around, but she can kind of let Ferris have the spotlight because he needs it more than she does.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's an important quality to give up the spotlight and still be fine with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can see her doing that. She's good. She's underrated, and she's not in a ton.
She's not in a ton, but
she is good.
She's starting to show up. She was in the Mean Girls remake.
Oh, okay.
Or I guess the
musical
version.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's starting to show up in more stuff. She's still pretty young, but Nice Guys was the first one I ever saw her.
Right.
And just one of those. She was kind of past her years. Like,
yeah, she definitely presented as a more seasoned actress.
Yeah.
Than she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's good. Yeah, and I think she balances with your Ferris and Cameron well.
Yeah.
Kind of like the unofficial love triangle. You got to think of that too. Like it's not, but at times it feels that way.
Yeah. Is that the way you're going with it?
Well, no. I'll tell you how that dream played out. No. Okay. So let's get to my Sloane now. Again, thinking of my Ferris, thinking of Cameron, but still trying to stay in the age range. That's where it gets difficult because again, you're so limited. And doing the typical Travis move, I went with a more well-known name.
Oh,
I have to give those box office numbers. I can't. I had to slip. I went with Jenna Ortega as Sloane because I feel like she.
So hot right now, like Hansel.
She's like Hansel. It's just so hot right now.
Yeah.
No, I feel like she has Sloane's energy all the time. Like I feel like she as a person has that, like a unforced coolness.
Yeah.
But can be a voice of reason as well. And I'm just trying to get her in a successful movie. She's had a rough juice. Yeah. And then what?
That's good. I don't know.
Yeah. She has a lot of box office not success, but she's always great in everything she's in.
Yeah.
But I think we need to get her something that boosts her confidence.
I'm sure that's coming.
It's coming. Yeah. But no, I think she would match great with the duo I already have. And just, bring that her own coolness that can match Ferris's, but also the voice of reason when need.
Yeah, she definitely has the edginess required to be able to match your Ferris.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you like, because your Ferris was a little more heightened that you cast, you needed to do the same thing with Sloane.
Yeah, I think Cameron had to be unheightened, and then the rest of the cast kind of has to match a certain level of that to work as a whole cast. And that's what's fun about these. Like, you could have all these names, and you start putting them in, but you're like, there's no chemistry I see already. And that has to play in it. Like, I don't just pick this name, this name, this name. Like, you have to play the movie out and be like, can these actors balance this out? And it's like, sometimes it can't. You're like, no, it's too similar that it wouldn't. It might work, but I don't see it yet. So, but that's my Sloane. I'm happy. I'm happy with the trio.
Yeah,
we got one big name kind of for this movie.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think, like you said, it's about matching up the chemistry, at least how you envision.
Mm-hmm.
I think we both kind of hit that. That was a focus for both of us there.
Yep.
Now I think comes a fun one. This was by far the easiest one to cast for me.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently it came in a dream for you.
That's right.
So you didn't have to even work for it.
Well, I try to do my castings while I'm asleep so I can multitask.
But yeah, Dean of Students, not necessarily principal. Dean of Students, Dean Rooney.
Mm-hmm.
This was one where I I had a number of different options I was considering. I was considering a gender swap.
Yeah.
I was considering a race swap.
All the swaps.
All the different swaps in this one. This one is one I feel like could have definitely handled that. Ultimately, I did go not really a similar route as the first one, but the qualities I was looking for a Dean Rooney, gotta have that self-seriousness that he had. Like, just takes his job super seriously,
right?
And part of that might just be Ferris has gotten under his skin, like Ferris want to do.
Yes,
but he's being outwitted by a high school kid,
right?
And so you got to have that self-seriousness, but there's a lot of physical comedy involved with his character too. And so I needed that element.
Yeah.
And so this actor, he's been in a lot of stuff at this point. He's kind of having a little bit of a moment. He's not really like a big household name yet, but he's been in a lot of
It's getting close though.
Stuff.
Yeah, he's getting close.
And even still, I went back to the Cobra Kai well for him too. I'm talking about Paul Walter Hauser.
Beautiful.
If you know his Cobra Kai character, he plays Stingray. Just basically the man-child.
Yeah.
Kind of like, that's the kind of the direction I was looking at for this one. The original actor, I can't remember his name right now, but
Typical Will.
He didn't necessarily have that quality per se, but I think that sort of fits with the character.
Yeah.
Because he's just obsessed, and like he's gonna go after Ferris no matter what it takes, because he's gotta make right for what his position.
He seems to me like the way that character is. Rooney's character is like from Fairly Odd Parents, the teacher that's always trying to prove godparents are real, because Timmy just always gets under his skin. I feel like that's the same dynamic.
Yeah.
Because it is. It's like this one person is making my life hell.
Yeah.
And I need to do everything I can to stop him.
It's essentially Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
To a more complicated extent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and so in the same way, he's getting the anvil,
That's right.
He's setting the trap.
That's right.
But yeah, I just think Paul Walter Hauser was the first one I walked into place.
It's real good. He's real good. He's also, again, I don't know if he's underrated or just not, like, he's in a lot of big projects.
He's working a lot.
He needs to be talked about more. Like, he's just he embodies whatever he's doing so well that it outshines whatever the other person's doing well.
Yeah.
Like, he usually steals the spotlight in whatever he's in. You're like, any scene he's in, you're like, dude, this guy just mopped the floor with you.
Yeah.
And he's a side character. But no, I think he'd be perfect in that role. Especially with your Ferris. That dynamic's great.
And they've already got a relationship, like I said,
yeah,
because of the show.
That's good. That's good. All right. Mine, I had a dream.
Tell us about this dream, Travis.
Well, it was just a normal dream. This is called an insomnia dream, for those who have insomnia. You have weird dreams sometimes when you finally fall asleep. You're kind of asleep, but kind of awake. But I was watching Ferris Bueller in my dream, but Rooney's character was different. And it was another actor. And that's how I was like, oh, that's perfect. So I subconsciously did the research on this character, and I got to see it in the movie in my dream, so it worked.
What's that would happen?
Except the Ferris was still Matthew Broderick, so a little weirder. But so I went with Jeff Goldblum as my Rooney. Wow. I think. I saw it. It was great. It was great. I think he tones down the Goldblumness. He's not full Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
But he makes the character less grumpy and more like, I'm going to get him in another way. Like, I'm not so angry at him. I'm just so frustrated.
He's better at covering up the frustration.
Yeah, it's not just anger. It's like, it's something else. It's like it's just his quirkiness is absorbed into Anchor. So it's different. But I can see him and my Ferris just going at it.
Yeah.
And Jeff Goldblum,
You would hate your Ferris.
he would hate him so much. And I think he would take the like, oh, Jeff Goldblum's going to play this really silly and goofy.
Yeah.
I think he would force him to play it more serious and
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not joking.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to picture, just kind of a role I've seen that's similar to what that would be.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely would be a little bit of a departure for Goldblum, especially toning down the Goldblumisms.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I think I took elements, like you take elements from Malcolm in Jurassic Park. You take elements from the Wizard in Wicked.
Yeah.
You take some of those but make them in a more stable delivery, kind of, and you're like, okay, you piece them together from that. Because it's rare that he's ever not full Goldblum. I say he's not full Goldblum-y in Independence Day. He has moments, but he's more like, let's figure this out.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel like like he doesn't have that feel in Independence Day.
Yeah.
And so, but he would take some people out of it, like even if he was trying to do something. But like I said, I think the interaction with my Ferris would force him to change.
I mean, he's a great actor.
Yes.
And usually in his roles, he's turning his neurotic, like, mannerism stuff into either eccentric or cool in the case of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
But I think that can be like channeled into something different.
That's true.
Like this, whereas he's a little more like he's trying to compensate for his like frustrations with Ferris.
Yeah.
And that can make for an interesting character.
Yeah. I had the privilege of watching my Rooney in action, and it was great.
Came to you in a dream.
Came to me in a dream, and it was fully Jeff Goldblum.
Wow.
But he wasn't full Goldblum.
He was the Fly.
He was the Fly. The movie got weird.
Yeah. Turned into a horror.
Ferris opened a door and was like, "Oh, what is this?"
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I like it though. I'm never gonna say no to Jeff Goldblum.
Me either.
I'll take more Jeff Goldblum whenever I can get it. So, all right. One more to do. Really, the fifth main character in the movie is Ferris's sister, Jeannie. Jeannie Bueller. This was one I cast fairly quick too. Went kind of back to that same well I was talking about earlier. Not Cobra Kai this time, but the same sort of carousel of.
If they make a well for us to pull from, we're gonna pull from it.
Not making it so good. But, yeah, the actors I went with here actually I feel kind of looks like Hannah Buchanan a little bit in a way, so I could see them as siblings. But she also has a really good resting bitch face,
which is needed.
Which is needed. That's what you get from the character. She's needs to make sure Ferris gets caught.
That's right.
And that's her mission. She's almost as obsessed as Dean Rooney.
Yeah. They're both obsessed in their own way.
Yeah. One has, obviously the sibling rivalry involved. Like, so
one's a little deeper,
understandable.
One's more surface.
One has a longer history.
Yeah.
But the person I went with for Jeannie is Millie Bobby Brown.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, not too much to say about it. Like I said, got a great resting bitch face.
Yep.
She's a great actress.
Yep.
I could see her having fun in her role.
Yeah.
Like this. She hasn't really played this sort of role. Like, she's not usually a side character most of the time. She's usually kind of out front, and a little more empathetic.
Yeah.
But yeah, this role I think you'd have a lot of fun with. Again, looks a lot like Tanner. I can see their back and forth, and it would just be.
That's good. Yeah, this one, the This one was a little tougher because you had to go a little older.
Maybe my biggest name in the cast.
There you go.
Sister.
Trying to get some box office numbers, Will.
Yeah.
This one you had to go a little older than the other cast, but again, you're in that gray area. It's like, well, they need to appear older. They don't necessarily have to be.
Yeah.
But a lot of people appear pretty much the age they are. Like,
yeah,
a lot of people. I too went to a Stranger Things for this one.
What?
And gender swapped it, and he has an older brother. I was kidding. No, I went with Natalia Dyer, who plays Nancy on Stranger Things, the older sister to Mike. So she already plays that kind of role in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Obviously with less stakes in this movie.
She's basically playing season 1 Nancy.
That's right. Season 1 Nancy. But the older sister to my Ferris, this guy just seems like a prick to everybody. It's like he's a prick in everyone's side. Nobody likes him.
He almost seems too much for Natalia Dyer.
yeah, maybe it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But no, she already kind of played that character. Mm-hmm. So it was easy to see her in that. But I think she rounds out the cast well. I haven't seen her in anything else. I don't know if she's done anything else.
I feel like I have seen her in 1 or 2 other things, maybe, but yeah.
But I can see her in it. I think she'd be great. And again, wouldn't cost a lot of money, so I can still make this movie. Unlike usual, when I have to spend all my budget in the first 2 kids.
Oh, I mean, Jeff Goldblum might take a few bucks to get to play.
He would take a few.
Role.
Everyone else now. Yeah. We got it. We're good. So we got our cast. We got our Ferris Bueller's Day Off 2025.
Mostly pulled from the well of Cobra Kai and
Netflix. Yeah.
Netflix.
Thank you, Netflix.
But yeah, that makes sense to me.
That's good. I like both casts. I've never been disappointed in the cast you come up with, Will. It's always interesting to see. It's always interesting to see how other people think of it.
Yeah, that's the thing about these recasts is like we're looking at them. Everyone takes a movie in differently,
right?
And so your vision for how the recasted Ferris is going to be way different than mine, because the way you see Ferris is going to be different than me.
That's right. No one sees the same movie the exact same.
Yeah, that's what makes them great.
That's what's beauty about movies, man.
Yeah, but no, I think we both did the smart thing, which was we kind of built it from the top down.
Yeah,
it made sure they complement each other instead of just focusing solely on one role.
Right.
And that's kind of where I think we landed. But no, that's pretty good. Maybe we steer away from high school for a bit because it's getting challenging.
It's getting too challenging.
There's only so many Cobra Kai and Stranger Things actors to pull from. Right. But I think we still nailed it here. But what about you guys? How would you recast Ferris Bueller if you had to recast Ferris Bueller? What are some other high school aged actors that aren't in Stranger Things or Cobra Kai? List some of those down in the comments. Give us your own recasting. And while you're down there, leave a like. Subscribe to the channel. Become part of the conversation. Until next time, this has been Cinema Clubhouse Podcast.
You're getting good at ending as well.